Hi Core 4, it's Mrs. Han-Baral. Hope you guys are doing well on this Wednesday. So today we're working on multiplying and dividing monomials. Remember a monomial, it's just a single term. In this case, it's a single term with an exponent. So like 2 to the 5th power or 6y squared. Those are monomials. So a quick review. If I have two exponents that have the same base, so the base here is 3, and I'm multiplying with exponents, let's take a look at what happens. So 3 squared, of course, is equal to 3 times 3. And then if you think about it, 3 to the 4th is just 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. So the exponent is telling us how many times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, how many 3's do I now have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3 to the 2nd times 3 to the 4th power is 3 to the 6th. So all I had to do was actually add the two exponents. Okay, so I know you can easily confuse this sometimes, so just remember that when you're multiplying with the same base, you add the exponents, but you can always prove it to yourself by doing what we just did and expanding it out. So now let's look what happens when we divide. So 3 to the 5th power, of course, is 3 times 3, 3. Okay, so I've got 5 of them. And then I'm dividing by 3 to the 3rd, 1, 2, 3. And then look what happens. These 3's all cancel out, and I'm left with only 3 to the 2nd power. So what did I do with the exponents when I'm dividing? I simply subtracted. 5 minus 3 equals 2. So now I thought we'd take a look at some of the examples that are actually on your assignment. So on the first page, this is number 4. So it's 4x squared times negative 5x to the 6th. So what I first do is I look at the coefficients. So I look at the two numbers and I multiply those first. So 4 times negative 5 is, of course, negative 20. And then I check out and see if I have matching bases, which I do here. I have x squared, right? And I have x to the 6th. And remember what we just said earlier, if you multiply with the same base, all you do is add the exponents. So x squared times x to the 6th would be x to the 2 plus 6, which is 8. So my answer is negative 20 x to the 8th. Notice that for all of these problems on both sheets, they just say to simplify and express using exponents, which means you can just leave your answer like this. It's only the very last 4 problems, 29, 30, 31, 32, where the bases are numbers, so you can actually compute, like you can actually figure it out, what the number is. So now let's take a look actually at number 10 on the first sheet. So now it's a combination of multiplying and dividing, right? But again, what I'm looking for is matching bases. So I see 4 and 4 here. And then I see, negative 5 and negative 5 here. So when I divide with the same base, remember I said that we subtract the exponents. So 4 to the 15th divided by 4 to the 12th would just be 4 to the 3rd. And then similarly, negative 5 to the 6th divided by negative 5 to the 4th would just be negative 5 to the 2nd. And then I can stop there because there's really nothing more I can do because these bases don't match. So I can leave it like this. And actually, I don't even need, I don't necessarily need this dot to signify multiplying. And again, the reason why there's parentheses around the negative number, it's just to make sure that when we're multiplying negative 5 squared, this actually means negative 5 times negative 5. If you put actually negative 5 squared with no parentheses in your calculator, chances are it's going to tell you that it's negative 25. And the reason why it's doing that is it's actually just squaring the positive 5 squared, and then it's sticking the negative sign in the front. So that's why, to make sure that we're actually squaring the negative number, we put parentheses around it. All right, number 15, this is actually on the second page of the worksheet, or the second sheet rather. And again, we're multiplying, but the terms are getting a little bit more complicated. So let's check it out. So first I start with the number, the coefficient. So I see a 3 here. I don't see a number here, which basically means it's as if there's an invisible 1. So 3 times 1 is obviously 3. And then I'm looking for matching bases again. So I see a and a squared. Again, if I only have a, that really means a to the first power. We just don't say it, but it really means a to the first. That's a. So a to the first times a squared is actually going to be a to the third power. And then I have a b squared here, but no b term here, so I just leave it as b squared. And then I have a c to the fifth here, but no c here, so I just leave it as c to the fifth. So this is as far as I can go. It's 3a cubed, b squared, c to the fifth. So I hope that helped. Just want to reiterate that you should just do as much as you can do within about 20 minutes. So if that means kind of skipping around and just doing the ones that you think are easier first, then by all means just go ahead and do that. And then if you are able to send me what you've done, then I can definitely give you credit to help boost your grade. Talk to you soon. Bye.